Bon dia and welcome to Portugal Dreams. It's been another hectic week for the builders. They are almost finished though, so hopefully this week will be the last one. We do have a building update. We also have a double check around our raised beds and some updates on that. And I also am in the kitchen making a recipe. So come along and see what else we're up to.
So I thought I'd just come and give you a quick update on the build. As you can see, most of the roof around the back is on. Moved the tiles, getting ready to finish the job. That's the old tiles what were in the drainage ditch, but we're expecting rain as well this weekend, so that's probably why they've done that as well. Still a lot of finishing off to do. Underneath the tiles need to be rendered in the same render as what's on the wall there. I need to point all the wall. I'm going to do that, but that'll be done in stages over a long period of time. There's still some finishing to do with the tiles there. As you can see, they're a bit flat. They need kicking up at the back of them, but yeah, there's a few little bits going on there what needs sorting out. I'm sure it'll all come together at the end. I can see it looks quite good. They've pointed in most of the ridge tiles. They built a valley around the chimney and cut the tiles in to fit, but obviously they need finishing off as well. Yeah, this edge of the building needs the tiles straightening up, which I've already spoken to them about, and hopefully they'll sort that. So as you can probably see, they've started tidying up and collecting stuff together, which is good because half of this wood was at the other side of the car for a while. It made it quite awkward moving around, you know, getting around to go to the caravan, which we're still using at the moment. Another delivery of sand, and they've tidied some of the rubbish up what was kicking about. As I say, they're expecting rain, so they've covered the cement. Still got quite a lot of tiles and things for the patio to sort. We're still on with this patio roof, which they're sorting. They've started to put the blocks onto the ends of the pillars, and then I'm going to put some wood in between the beam once I've got it painted, just to tidy it up. But most of the roof, as you can see, is done. Most of the rendering, there's still bits to sort out, but we're beginning to get near the end, I think, which is good for us. It's yeah, it's been a long while without with builders here. It's beginning to get a little bit stressful, I think. Maybe it's just because they're getting near the end, and you know, you can see little bits and bobs what need finishing. Well, hopefully another week and a half they'll be out of our hair. As you can see, it's still quite a bright day. It is clouding over a little bit. We are expecting rain this weekend, so as you can see, we may get some today, don't know. The other thing that's been going on is obviously our drainage. We've got some waste pipe running down to the septic tank, and there's also been a new drain put into the septic tank. Obviously the vent pipes stuck up there, which will be cut down lower to the floor once it's all cemented in and finished. So just a quick look from here to see how it's going. We quite like the colour that the renders come out to, so we're just going to see how that settles once it's fully dried, because you can see there is a couple of different shades in it, probably different bag mixes and things like that, but we're hoping just to keep that and water seal it rather than paint it, but again we'll see how that goes. Yep, so far things seem to be moving along at some sort of pace, but yeah, it's little end snaggy bits and things like that, all the cutouts what take the time, so yeah, we'll keep on the toes with that one. So we've just come out to pick some tomatoes, which as you can see we've got quite a few nearly ready, but they're not getting a lot of light into them to ripen properly, so Debbie's just starting to cut one or two of the leaves off.
Because we've not been able to maintain them properly because the builder's been here, we've not always been able to get into this part. The support that Steve put up has broken, and it's just everything's just massed together. So I'm just going to take some of these leaves out so that they can ripen, because they're not getting any sun, they're not ripening. It's going to be a long job, I'm afraid. It's not going to be a 5-minute do. Get some of this off first.
Okay. So as you can see, there is one or two big ones on the floor. I didn't realise they were going to grow as much as what they did, to be honest. So the bamboo I put in, or cane I put in, isn't really strong enough. But we're learning. We'll do better next year. I started to put some thicker posts in, but it'd all fallen down by then, so it was a bit of a waste of time, really. There's some quite big green ones down there as well.
That looks a good one. It's ready because it came off real easy. So we've still got lots of strawberries inside the house that I took off yesterday, and there's a load more again. So I'm going to freeze them, slice them, freeze them, and we can always use them in the winter time in cheesecakes, or we put them in our gin and tonic, Ellierose and I.
So as you've probably seen, we're still growing absolutely tons of tomatoes at the moment. This bowl was what we harvested yesterday and didn't use, and then this basket has got even more in that have been harvested today. So to try and use a bit up, I'm going to be making a pasta sauce with all of our ingredients. So I'll just show you how I do that. So I'm just getting the pan on a low heat, so about number 3. Just adding a splash of olive oil. Let it warm up just a touch. it's just a case of adding all the tomatoes to it. I have seen a lot of recipes say that you do need to skin the tomatoes before. I have done this recipe without skinning them and it's turned out absolutely fine. So as you can see, most of it is cherry tomatoes. We've got that many, to be honest, that we don't need to be concerned about, oh, these ones for cooking, these ones for having on salads. We've got plenty in the freezer. And I'm also just adding a few fresh basil leaves, half a white onion, and some green pepper. So the tomatoes and the pepper are both from our garden, and as is the basil, it's just the onion and the garlic I'm about to add that are chopped balls. That just sounds a little bit high to me, so I'm just turning it down. From here it'll just be a case of watching this and making sure it doesn't burn and stirring it regularly. So I've just left that to simmer until all of the liquid has come out of the tomatoes and they're all soft. Now it's just a case of blending it up. And that's it, all blended up. So I've just left it with a little bit of chunks to it, just so that it's a bit nicer. I've seasoned it off camera with some salt. You can also use OXO cubes, and if you wanted to, you could also fry some meat and pop it in. I'm just gonna have it as is on some pasta with maybe a little bit of cheese. So I'll show you how that looks once it's all done. And that's it all plated and ready to eat. So I'm gonna have that myself now.
I've just opened this egg and it's actually a double yolker, but the two yolks are joined. It's our first double yolker, and I've not seen one like that before, and we've kept chickens before, ducks, geese. Strange.
That's all for this week. Thank you for watching. If you have enjoyed, please remember to like, subscribe and ring that notification bell. It does help us out an absolute ton. There is the links below to our Instagram, Facebook and our Ko-fi. A huge thank you to Sam and Pedro who bought us a coffee on Ko-fi. But now me and Mum are gonna relax and enjoy the fact that we've now got half the patio finished, and we'll see you next week. Bye.